Here's how I'm getting off to the most insane start ever on the new free-to-play account. But first, we've got the 1 free anniversary primal shard to pull. The 2x is active. Let's just see, dude, if we can actually hit red on literally a 3-day-old account. It's a rare champ, because of course it is, and a Medicus pops out. Oh my god. Not even an epic, really. Well, welcome to day 1 of the new free-to-play account, boys. It's technically day 3, but it's day 1 of the new free-to-play series, which I think is the most important thing, you'll agree. This is what the account is looking like so far, and here's what we are focusing on. First off, getting the Kale to level 60. Now, we could also go to get the Supreme Gallic up to level 60 first. If I had not picked Kale as my starter champion, that would be something that I would consider a hell of a lot more. But speaking of Supreme Gallic, if you're looking to get off to an amazing start with a triple legendary opener to your new raid account and play along with me in this new free-to-play series, then make sure to start your new account right now by signing out of Plarium Play on your PC and then clicking on the beginner promo link, which is down below the top of the video description box, to kickstart your account with Elnaril and 3 starter epic champions, which you'll get as you level up your account. Just click on the link down below. It will take you to this webpage right here. Use this webpage to create your new account, and good old Elnaril should be waiting for you in your inbox on that new account. To then get your hands on Supreme Gallic, you've just got to enter the beginner promo code Supreme6 on day 1 of your new account. In fact, just make it the very first thing that you do as soon as you get your Elnaril out of the inbox. And then legendary number 3 is going to be Alice the Wanderer, who you just have to log into the game for 7 days and make sure that you start your account before March 26th. In fact, the promo link, Supreme Gallic code, and the Alice Chase all expire at the end of March. And so, yeah, that's part of the reason I created a new account right now, to take advantage of just the insane starter that you can get right now. So the 5 key things that I'm absolutely laser focused on getting done in the first week of my raid account, man. The 5 pillars of creating a solid new raid account. So the first one I've already touched on, just getting your campaign farmer champion up to level 60. You might want this to be your Supreme Gallic. Fair enough if you do. For me, it's going to be my Kale. I just love the fact that you can take your starter rare champion and get them fully booked so easily, especially with Kale as well. He's going to be great into Demon Lord Clan Boss anyway, and so I feel like Kale is totally worth taking up to 60. And so as you can see, I'm just farming up all kinds of food champs here that are going to be used as chickens to eventually rank the Kale up to 6 stars. I'm currently farming the crap out of hard mode campaign, though I can't quite farm it yet, just like with the Kale soloing stages for campaign 12. So what I'm actually farming is stage 9, right? The good old Deadlands. Why? That's simply because War Maiden can drop from these stages. One of the better farmable rare champions in the game. And even though we already have Ugo, right? We already have a champion that has an AoE strong version decreased defense. Wave content exists, Tag Arena exists, and War Maiden is a lot easier to upgrade than the Ugo. And so I can see myself leveling a War Maiden up to level 50 anyway at some point on the account, just for use in other areas. And so I might as well be farming copies of her now. And by the way, if you're a brand new player watching this video and you have no idea what I'm talking about, or what's a food champion, what's a chicken, how do I farm campaign most efficiently, blah blah blah, all of that stuff, I do have a beginner raid crash course series down below in the description box. It's just a very small playlist of like 5 videos or something that's going to really guide you through and really walk you through your first week in raid in just more detail. The next thing I've been getting done is trying to farm 3 stars on all campaign stages. We've already done that on normal campaign, so that's great. The Void Shard, the gems, all of these resources that you grab along the way for getting 3 stars on all of the campaign stages are so crucial, and it will eventually start doing that as well on hard. And again, while all of the other rewards that you get along the rewards track for doing this are great, up to and including what might be your first Sacred Shard on your account, it's really all about the gems, but I'll touch on how you want to be spending your gems in your first week of raid just a little bit later on. So get your first level 60, get 3 stars in as many campaign stages as you can. The next mission critical objective is going to be missions themselves, which the missions button is just behind my camera right now. But as you can see, we're making very solid on our mission rewards track. In fact, getting the first like 60 or 61 or whatever missions done on your missions rewards track is very easy. It's very doable. Like, they're super accessible missions. You just got to pay attention to these, right? You want to get these missions done as well for a very key reason. There are some missions on this rewards track that require you to farm very specific dungeon keeps, right? You need to farm potions, right? Why is that so important to get done in your first week? Because in the first week of your raid account, all of the potion keeps are open for business, okay? After the first week, only 1 potion keep is going to be open at a time, of course, right? And so if you suddenly need to farm potions from the Void Keep, which only opens on Sundays, and it's a Tuesday, you're just screwed, and you just have to wait for 5 days, you know? So you might as well blast through all of your missions as quick as you can in the first week, at least the first 76 missions, which is basically the first little missions rewards track here that I'm almost at the end of, right until you move on to like the part 2 missions. Why is this so crucial? It's not just all for the free stuff, the silver, the brews, all of that stuff is all great, and it's not just to get through those potion missions either, it's for the 300 gems, man. The gems are absolutely premium. You want to grab these as quickly as you possibly can. In fact, I'm just going to get this done right now. So I'm going to win a few more artifacts from Ice Golem's Peak, and I'm just going to blast through these in like 30 seconds to your guys' point of view. Okay. Nice. Double artifact drop. Lovely. Ice Golem dungeon done. There's the first. We're just going to click through like a whole bunch of rewards here, which is going to be great. So click. And then we've got to defeat 35 champions in Classic Arena. Shouldn't really be too much of a problem either. So ultra mega beginner tip here is that when you're starting out your very first ever arena teams, speed is actually everything. It's simply the best stat in the game. Not even close, you know, being able to move first before your opponent is sort of everything, so you want to make your fastest champion, especially a champion like Tagore that's bringing like an increased speed buff or a 10-meter boost skill, is the fastest champion on your team. Obviously, I don't have the ability to do that right now because I don't have any gear on this account, but that's something that we should be looking to do. All right, arena mission done, and then, god damn it, the next mission is to deal damage to the Demon Lord, 500k, no problem at all, except for the fact I don't have any Demon Lord keys left, and so I'm gonna have to finish these missions in a few hours from now when I get another Demon Lord key. But very easy to do your first 75 missions in the first week if you're playing actively. Get those 300 gems, because the next tip, the next thing that we gotta get done in the first week is spend our gems correctly. So thing number 4 is fully upgrade the gem mine. For me, some people like to buy the masteries on their starter champion with 800 gems as the first thing that they spend their gems on. For me, I like to do it the other way around. I like to get the gem mine first. It's doable very quickly indeed. As you can see, I've already ranked it up 1 time. It's already level 1 out of 3. Once I complete those missions a bit later on today, that's another 300 gems in my pile. I can buy the second upgrade, no problem. And then it's about getting 3 stars in all of those campaign stages. You can get the mine leveled up very fast. Now, if you're playing the game super actively, and you're able to farm 3 stars in all those campaign stages, like moving on to like brutal difficulty and stuff and blah, and get all of that done, like in the first like 2 or 3 weeks or something, you're still gonna get enough gems, like another 800 gems to unlock your champion's masteries, if you still want to do that, you know, which I think I will be doing. But the point is, just getting the gem mine up and firing nice and quickly is my priority when it comes to spending my gems. But if you want to buy the masteries first with your first 800 gems, then you can go ahead and do that. Now, the last little tip that I got is, to be honest, a little bit of a flurry of tips all wrapped up into one. The first of which is going to be, don't pull your shards. In fact, there's a lot of resources in Raid that you just want to be saving up and not touching at all. On your new account, you're better off spending these resources at a more opportune time. Now, the only reason that I pulled the Primal Shard just now is because you only ever get these good 2x chance of epic, Lego, and mythical champions from Primal Shard 2x events, like once every 6 or 7 months or something. Like, they're very rare, and so I was more than happy to go ahead and just pull the free Primal Shard on this new account. All of the other shards though, I'm just going to be waiting. I'm just going to be very patient with these. Waiting for 2x events on these shards, totally fine. Maybe even just already saving for the first fusion with these shards and just really stockpiling them, because frankly, we've got a crap load of champions that we need to build anyway. You know, we're sitting on a lot of really good champs. Even once I've built out the Tagore and the Ugo and all of these guys and the Elnaril, whatever, we've still got the War Maiden to build out too. I'd still like to build out her. Once we hit account level 30, we'll also be getting our hands on good old Rector Drath as our final sort of free epic champion from signing up using the promo link, which is down below in the description box. That's going to be the final epic that's coming in once our account hits level 30, and that will just show up in the inbox. So that's another champion to build. We've got plenty to do is what I'm saying, so I ain't going to be touching my shards for a long time on this account. When it comes to the Great Hall building and spending arena medals, I'm going to be focusing on putting the medals into leveling up the accuracy nodes, right? Magic, Spirit, and Force Affinity accuracy nodes over here are kind of priority number 1. So many champions in Raid need accuracy, whereas not that many champions really relatively need increased crit damage or attack, you know? So accuracy is where we're going to be focusing all all of our medals, leveling all of these up to rank 5 and then taking one of them all the way up to rank 10. It's going to be a hell of a grind, but it's going to be worth it. When it comes to using skill books, of course, we've already got the Kale fully upgraded in terms of rare skill books, so those aren't needed anymore. Of course, for any newer players watching, you do not want to be spending your rare skill books into a War Maiden, into any of the rare champions that you can farm by just blasting campaign, right? And these champions have a chance to drop in campaign. You never ever want to be spending books to upgrade these champions' skills. Why? Well, if I take my happy little shield guard champion right here, right, just an uncommon champion, I could go ahead and throw rare skill books into him, but as you can see, you can also use copies of an existing champion to also upgrade their skills, right? You can sacrifice a copy of a champion to throw one upgrade into a random one of their skills, you know, so that goes without saying that you shouldn't be using rare skill books into a campaign farmable rare, right? You just want to farm more copies of War Maiden and use those copies to upgrade their skills. It's a billion times more efficient, and then that allows you to use those rare skill books on a rare champion that's, well, not campaign farmable. Now, where it comes to where my skill books will be going on this account, I think that the epic skill books are probably... Dude, am I crazy as hell? Nah, they gotta go into the Ugo. I think that the Ugo's got to get the epic skill books first. Ugo to me just feels too strong in too many locations, and that AoE decreased defense debuff on Ugo's A2 just feels too good to leave unbooked. That said, I don't feel like there's a super wrong answer here if you want to book out the to-go first and get that reduced cooldown on the increased speed buff instead, then that's the way that you could do it. When it comes to the legendary skill books though, I think that there is very, very little case to be made for Elnoril. The reason that you don't want to be booking your Elnoril, by the way, is because on a A1, it's an attack 1 enemy, has a chance of placing HP burn debuff for a couple of turns, which is a great A1, by the way. However, when she's ascended, it has 100% land rate HP burn, and skill books don't improve it in any way, right? She doesn't need any legendary skill books at all into that A1. If you check out A2, this is an attack all enemies, place poison debuff for a couple of turns, and place a second poison debuff if this attack is critical. Again, skill books do not help the land rate of this poison. She doesn't need the books in order for the poison to come off. Now you compare that to the likes of Supreme Gallic, who brings all kinds of super powerful debuffs, right from it's actually on his A3 HP burn, block buffs, and AoE decreased speed. Yeah, it's all 75% land rate and 410 cooldown until he's fully booked, right? Fully booked, 100% land rate, 310 cooldown. He's so much more worth the skill books than Elnoril, it's not even close. Now, having said all of that, back to the topic of saving resources. I'm not going to be using any epic skill books or legendary skill books, maybe even holding onto my rare skill tomes as well until a champion training tournament starts. And then I'll be spending those to get some extra free rewards during champion training, and eventually I'll be saving up these skill books to spend during clan versus clan events as well, because it's free points there too. Champion training tournaments, clan versus clan, that's when you want to really be spending the bulk of your skill books. The only exception is ranking up your starter champions skills with rare skill tomes in the first few days of your account, because yeah, I mean, just get it done. Like, it's for account progression at that stage, you know? There are more important things than getting points in events in the earliest days. Now, when it comes to ranking up your artifacts in the super early game, you probably have no idea what you're doing if you're a brand new player. That's fine. Nobody does. You know, you've got time to figure all of that stuff out and watch some guides and whatever and sort of clue in what makes an artifact good. But you might just want to rank some artifacts up to rank 16 on your starter champion, as long as they are like 5 stars plus in quality. You might just want to go for it purely not because they're good necessarily, but because you do have a challenge on your apprentice pass challenges to equip Kale with 6 level 16 artifacts, and it's a whole big bunch of free points towards your rewards track. However, I would say after you've done that one time, make sure that you clue in and watch like some artifact guides and stuff that we have up on this channel, beginner artifact tips and tricks and stuff, before you just go ranking up gear randomly. As a general rule, any piece of gear that's 3 stars or lower is almost always going to be a huge waste of silver to spend on fully upgrading it up to rank 16. 4 stars or higher, and then eventually you'll sort of like work up the sort of like the gear floor that's acceptable for you on your account, and eventually 4-star artifacts will no longer be worth keeping, and so on and so forth. Anyways, that's what I'm doing. It's back to the grind for me. Kale boosting the crap out all of these food champions, getting these guys up to 5-star chickens so that I can get this Kale up to 6 stars. Hopefully either by later on tonight or maybe tomorrow. So for now, thanks for watching. Hope you also did enjoy this one. And remember, if you're looking to play along with me in this new free-to-play series, then make sure to sign up right now and create a new raid account while the Elnoril promo link is available, right? While the triple legendary start is available. And it all starts by clicking on my beginner promo link, which is down below at the top of the video description box, and getting that new account created. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you also did enjoy this one. Now I'm going to catch all of y'all just a tad bit later, man.